Hello and a very warm welcome back to Fox's Weight Watcher Kitchen. I'm Johnny Fox, and today's recipe, guys, I want to run you through a lunchtime recipe, something that I have almost every day whilst I'm on the road working. It's a lentil soup with a few other ingredients thrown into it. I used to do lentil soup with the large spring onions before, and now we're into the winter months. I'm changing it up a little bit more to make it a little bit thicker and keep me going a bit longer. So ingredients you're going to need is 250 grams of lentils. The reason I'm doing that, we're going to be using a great big pot. I used to cook this every single day, and over a period of time you find it's easier to do a batch, keep it in the fridge and put a couple down into the freezer as the week goes on. So ingredients: 250 grams of red lentils. You can use the brown ones if you want. I have tried it with the green ones, but I don't like the shucks that stay on them as well. Also, for thickening agent, I'm just using 100 grams of yellow split peas. You can see they're slightly thicker than usual because I've soaked these overnight to get them to swell up, and it does help them cook down. Other ingredients going in is going to be a whole bunch of celery sticks. I'm going to be putting some chilies in, 2 red and 1 green bullet pepper chilies. I know what you're thinking, it's going to be a hot one. I don't know why, and I have got no rhyme or reason as to why, but it doesn't go hot like when you cook those in a curry or sagaloo or side dishes. For some reason, the chilies just add a lovely flavour, and the other ingredients, instead of the spring onions, which I use in the summertime with my lentils, I'm using a whole packet of Leeks. So I'm going to run this all in real time for you so you can see. So grab a large pot. If you haven't got one, you can obviously reduce this down and do individual daily pots. So Leeks, we're just going to top and tail the Leeks. You can see this is where I normally cut it, and then I take one piece off, just one skin on every single one. So put that one into the pot, and we'll chop these up very quickly just to show you how quick and easy this is in real time. And leek and lentil soup is a really nice one. Keep all these to one side, and all we're going to do piece by piece is chop them down. And the only reason I take the outer skin off, you can see on the inside sometimes you get a little bit of earth. They have already been pre-washed, but again, it's that little bit of earth that you get in leeks because they're grown deep in the ground. I don't really like. You can see with this one, lots of waste on this one. But again, just take out that outer skin, and it gives you just enough leek for flavour, a little bit of earth on the side there. So even though they've been washed, I tend to get a cloth and give them a quick wipe just to make sure that there's no other earth on them. So let's get these quickly sliced up into half, and then just slice them down and into the pot. And we're going to continue this process all the way through with all the other lentils. Nice. This is such a quick and easy recipe. There's no hard work to this at all. I mean, it doesn't matter if they're not completely small, because what I do at the end of mine, I know some people like their chunky soup. If you like it chunky, then you can always slice them down and leave them into chunks and have the chunks a perfect size. For me, I call it the baby blender. You know, the ones with the small blade in the bottom and you put it into the soup afterwards and blend it down? That's the one that I use, because when I'm on the road, one thing that I don't have is time. So for me to get my soup, I just leave it in the flask and I just drink it straight from the flask. It's quick, it's on the go, very healthy and very nutritious. So that's all of the leeks done. The sides are clean, so I'm not going to waste any while I'm there. And then the celery, as you can see, a bit dry on the end. So what we do is clean the ends off. And even the leaves, I put all that in there as well, because I love this soup. Goes in a few batches. As you can see, it breaks up nice and easy. Always helps if you've got a good knife as well. I mention that all the time on all my videos. Let's take all of those away first and put those in the pot. And then we'll continue shredding this one down. And again, doing this in real time just to show you how easy, and it doesn't take long. And that's the last piece. That's going to be the waste. We just put that away into the pot and chuck that into the recycle. That is almost all the chopping done. As you can see, not very hard. Chili peppers, all I do is take the cork off the end, or the stalk. Did I just call that a cork then? Take the stalks off the end. And again, if you're going to have this as a chunky one, what you don't want to do then is have lots of large bits of chili. So you'll need to shred these down as fine as you can get it, otherwise it will burn. Again, because I'm going to be blending mine at the end, I'm just slicing mine down so that they can cook in. And as you can see, they're not exactly small pieces, but if you want to have it where you're going to have a nice chunky one, the last thing you want is a piece of chili burning your mouth. Keep the hands nice and clean. So the 100 grams of yellow split pea, that all goes in there as well. Put that to the washing up. 250 grams of lentils. And with the lentils as well, if you buy, I buy my multi-pack ones, and sometimes you get a little bit of earth in them. So what I always do is give the lentils a strain. It's coming together quite nicely. Other ingredients, salt to taste. In this bowl I've got 1 heaped teaspoonful of salt, because this will probably make about a batch of 7. Tomato puree, this is another one that I love to put in there as well. And I know people are saying, if you're with Weight Watchers, because we're doing this as a Weight Watcher dinner as well, this is 0 smart points for the whole lot. And I know what you're going to say. In the book it says 1 tablespoonful of tomato puree is free, anything over becomes pointed. Half a tube, because this will make 7 of my soups, half a tube of tomato puree, and all I'm going to do, as you can see, is squeeze that into there. Half a tube of tomato puree is just enough, and it works out just shy of 7 tablespoons full. There are all the ingredients on the inside. As you can see, nice and quick and easy. All we're going to do now is add some other bits and pieces. We need to fluid this up. I always use nice filtered water as well. And to give you an indication of how much water we put in this, I always say it's just enough to cover the solids. You don't want to go too much with it. Might have to go to the tap in a minute and add a bit more to that. And other ingredients, the other one I like, it's purely for the nutritional value and health quantity. I add usually a teaspoonful of turmeric in mine as well. This is, it's a anti-inflammatory, it's very healthy. It adds that little bit of extra flavour as well. All of this is now ready to go. We're going to get this over onto the stove, cook it on there for about 35 to 40 minutes so it's nicely reduced down, and then we'll come back and blend it all up. So back again in a while. Okay, so it's been on the stove now for the last 45 minutes. Let's quickly go and get the pot. So while it's been on the stove, continually stirring things for about 45 minutes non-stop, just so you can have a look and see what this is like. Now, if you're one of those that do like your nice chunky soup, let's have some of this in the bowl. This is really tasty, really nutritious. That is a lovely soup. So if you're one of those people that like chunky soup, some people say it's a little bit too soft when you've been cooking it for so long, but bearing in mind we have got yellow split peas in there as well. Even though they've been soaked overnight, sometimes they don't reduce down enough when you do it like this. Sometimes I put them in the pressure cooker to speed things up and just use it as a thickening agent for the soup. Because we're not going to eat this now, what I want to do is blend it up and show you. But as you can see, the soup itself is absolutely delightful. If you wanted to have a chunky soup, that is lovely if you're staying at home. Because we're going to be blending this one up, I wanted to show you exactly how I do mine. Put those to one side for a second. I always use these takeaway containers because like I say, I do batches of this. Some get put into the freezer. I usually keep about 3 days worth in the fridge. So in the morning, all I do is take one of these out of the freezer, or out of the fridge, sorry, and then put it straight in the microwave for 3 minutes. It's ready to go, pour it in my flask, and I'm on the road and I'm going. So let's just show you very quickly. You're going to need one of these blending items, and all you do is put it into the top and blend. So volume down for this piece. Okay, all blended up. Put the washing up to one side. Now let's show you how I do mine. One thing that I do is, as you know, every tin of soup that you normally buy is 400 grams. So get your scales ready. Put the plastic container on the side, and all we're going to do, you can see this as it goes in, 400 grams worth of soup. I usually put a few ladles worth in first and then seal them down afterwards. You can see steaming up a treat. That's probably about 3.5, and then again, so there's my almost 400 grams of soup. A nice little container, goes to one side. And so we just continue the process with all of these to see how many soups that we can get. It's usually 7 if you've done this right. So 3 of those in there first. Back onto the scales to have a look. Not quite there. And that one is just about ready as well. And let's continue down. And working our way through to the final one, which should just about do the 7th pot of soup. And the last piece we just tip. And there we have it. Gram scales out of the way, we can do the washing up in a while, have a little bit of a tidy up. And as you can see, 7 soups for 7 days supply of food. All the washing up can be done in a while. Put it into the dishwasher out of the way. This is very wholesome, very nutritious. It's got your minerals, it's got your vitamins in there. If you are with Weight Watchers, the beautiful thing is as well, it is a 0-point meal. As you can see, nice and thick soup. If you want it chunky, don't blend it. If you want it like this, soup on the go, very tasty, very nutritious. Now, if you like the program and you like the channel, you know where the subscribe button is. Click on the bottom, you won't ever miss another dish. I'm going to get these packed up, put some of them in the fridge, ready to go for tomorrow to start work again, and I'll catch you on the flip side on the next video. Till then, have a great day. Catch you again real soon. Bye.